If you hold an Oracle license, a cloud subscription, or an annual support contract, this video is about a financial decision Oracle made in September 2025 that will arrive at your negotiating table, whether you are ready for it or you are not. I want to discuss what has changed and what you need to do about it before Oracle's account team calls. The question is Oracle too big to succeed? Or is Oracle going to squeeze you to succeed? Oracle spent 30 years being the most financially conservative enterprise software company in the world. That changed. For most of my career, Oracle was the company I never worried about financially. They were careful, methodical, sometimes ruthless with customers, but never reckless with their own balance sheet. That changed in September 2025. And if you are an Oracle customer, you need to understand why. Read these 3 lines carefully, very carefully. 100 billion in debt, 57 billion in revenue, and a $300 billion bet on a company that was making 13 billion a year when the deal was signed. The footer says it plainly. For 30 years, Oracle never announced a deal it could not deliver. Oracle never announced a deal it could not deliver. Sometime something has changed. That change has direct consequences for anyone holding an Oracle contract right now. Let's just go back in history and look at the Oracle you knew and the 1990 near bankruptcy. To understand why the OpenAI $300 billion deal is so unusual, you need to know what happened to Oracle in 1990. Because that near bankruptcy didn't just hurt the company, it rewired how Oracle thought about money, deals, and revenue. And for the next 30 years, Oracle became a very, very financially conservative company. Now look at the slide. Read the column on the left first, then the numbers on the right. 80% stock decline, earnings restated twice, 170 million borrowed just to survive. That is the scar that made Oracle conservative. The discipline that followed after this debacle lasted 3 decades. Until the month shown at the bottom of that right panel, September 2025. The call out at the bottom is Ellison's own words. He called it an incredible business mistake. Oracle spent the next 30 years making sure it would never make that kind of mistake again. And now, look at the 4 things that broke the pattern. The Stargate and OpenAI bet. Now here is what broke the pattern. I'm repeating. In September 2025, Oracle announced a $300 billion contract with OpenAI. Not a contract where revenue was already locked in. The revenue was not locked in. Not a deal with a company that had proven it could pay. 4 things about this announcement should make any Oracle customer uneasy. Read all 4 cards I have put on the slide. All the 4 cards I believe you should read carefully. Card 2 is the one that should stop you. OpenAI had 13 billion in annual revenue when it committed to paying 60 billion a year. 60 billion a year to Oracle. That is not a contract with predictable cash flows on both sides. That is Oracle betting its balance sheet on OpenAI's ability to grow its revenue 5 times over in 2 years. The call out at the bottom tells you how Wall Street responded. 463 billion in market value erased. That's not a small correction. Now let's compare the numbers. Let me show you the actual numbers, because this is not a situation where the concern is theoretical. Not at all theoretical. The table on this slide is drawn from Oracle's own SEC filings. Look at the right column in particular. That is where we are today as of Oracle's most recent quarterly report. Read across each row. Pay attention to the numbers highlighted in red in the right column. The free cash flow line is the one I want you to sit with. Oracle had positive operating cash flow in FY25. In a single quarter, Q2 of FY26, free cash flow went negative 10 billion in just one quarter. And apart from the free cash flow going negative, capex went from 21 billion for the full prior year to 50 billion for this year alone. The call out at the bottom puts that in plain terms. Oracle is spending 87 cents of every revenue dollar on capital expenditure. 87 cents of every revenue, not 87 cents of every income. Now, what this means for you as a customer, which is what is important for us to understand, and that's what I want to discuss. You are a customer of Oracle. Oracle's financial position is Oracle's problem to solve, not yours. But the way it solves it will become your problem. Because the fastest available source of new revenue for Oracle is not a new cloud customer. It is an existing customer paying more than they did last year. Because you are an existing customer, you are forced to be paying more to Oracle. And that is going to be the challenge that you are going to face for the next 2 years before the money from OpenAI hopefully kicks in. Read all the 3 cards. The middle card, cloud subscription lock-in, is the mechanism most organizations miss until it is too late. Oracle's preferred outcome in any audit settlement, any renewal negotiations, be it a ULA, be it an OCI commitment, any commercial conversation is an OCI commitment. They want a new OCI commitment from you, not a discount, a commitment. Once that commitment is signed, Oracle's leverage over you increases permanently. The call out at the bottom confirms why the audit card is the most immediate threat. Software revenue is declining. Cloud needs 50 billion to sustain. The math points directly at your contracts, customer contracts. The questions your board should be asking, very, very important for your board to understand what is happening with your Oracle contracts. If you are in IT leadership, you are in IT procurement leadership or finance leadership, these are not questions to defer to the next planning cycles. They are live questions right now. Every one of them has a factual answer. The organizations that find the answer independently are the ones that negotiate on their own terms. If you want to negotiate on your own terms, understand what is happening with Oracle, understand what is happening with your Oracle deployments. Read through all the 8 questions here. The one that most organizations cannot answer is the second one on the left. Do you know your actual license position? Independently, not from Oracle's data. If the answer is no, then when Oracle's LMS team runs its scripts, their count becomes your starting point, and their count is always higher than yours should be. The call out at the bottom is the strategic principle. Every question here has an answer. The question is, who finds it first? You or Oracle? There is an 18-month program that you need to be thinking about. if you want to have the correct kind of engagement and negotiation with Oracle. You cannot change Oracle's debt load. You cannot stop the Stargate or the OpenAI project. What you can control is your contract position, and there is a window inside which that preparation is worth the most. The 4 columns on this slide show you what that window looks like. Work through the 4 columns left to right. Read all of them very carefully. Phase 2, months 12 to 6, is where the financial savings are actually created. Every action in that column reduces the number Oracle will price against at renewal. Database options disabled quietly. Java footprint right-sized, VMware scope contained. These actions taken in phase 2 are invisible to Oracle. The same action taken in phase 4 are evidence for Oracle to ask you for more money. The organizations that get Oracle's price increase negotiated to 0 started 18 months before Oracle opened their conversation. Finally, you should understand that Oracle has changed, and your strategy should change too. Oracle was ruthless. Now they have no choice but to take more money from you. The 5 points, one single closing statement, and one question you should be able to answer before you close this video. The Oracle that was too careful to fail has made a bet whose consequences are already arriving at your table, in your bank. Here is what they mean. Read all the 5 bullets, all of them. The 4th bullet is the operational one. Support price increase, audit acceleration, OCI migration pressure, SaaS repricing framed as modernization. All of that in the next 12 to 24 months, not as a scenario, as a plan. The red bar at the bottom is the reframe. Oracle is betting its future on AI infrastructure. Your IT budget is not supposed to be the collateral. But it will be, unless you act before Oracle acts first. I also want to tell you who I am and why this matters to me personally. I love Oracle's technology and products. I love their database. I love Exadata. I love all their software products. But I also help customers get their highest returns from their investments into purchasing Oracle products. That's my job. So, I'll be happy if you have been able to watch this video and get a few points on how to save money. Share it with whom you need to share it, and reach out to me if you need help. Thank you.